EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action with Brissett. And once more for Hilton, and this time complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
The ball carrier. Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Brissett, a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Darius Leonard on
frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That punt returned 69 yards. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Pinheiro is lining up for the extra point.
They get the stop defensively, force the punt, and they score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense. Like, look, you don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working from the gun, it's Carr. The open man is Smith. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. A first down carry for Henry. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second.
On play action. Now Carr. 20. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Touchdown.
Paul Richardson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
The game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Tackle.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On second down, it's Taylor. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A huge play that time for the Colts. 59 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have taken the lead.
Touchdown, Colts.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
We got three, fellas. We got three. 49 the mark.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Here's Carr to throw. Smith catches left side. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A yard at the 39-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Derrick Henry. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Titans 7.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now the rookie runner from App State, it's Darrynton Evans. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run with Evans. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. From the gun, it's Carr. Buying time to his left. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Touchdown, Titans. Darrynton Evans, 34 yards. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, here's Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Midfield.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Taylor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
From the red zone now, Brissett. Oh, that was dangerous.
Brissett
Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Brings up second.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On play action, Brissett. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And that takes us from second to third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Brissett. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Kill. Check. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Hey. 44's the mic. Quick talk. Middle. Check this.
They'll run here with Taylor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Brissett. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And goal.
Eddie Pinheiro on now.
For the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away, maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's third down.
Well, their first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Carr. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Paul Richardson, incomplete.
Here's Brett Kern now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And here's Rodgers on the return. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. They'll throw now on the final play. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Roberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A.J. Terrell.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. They'll run on first down with Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a run with Evans. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. He pitches it. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Leonard on the tackle.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run it again with Henry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stock troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd down now, it's Evans. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. They'll come out in the pistol. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. goes Henry. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. So the field goal ties it, but you're down here knocking on the door. What are you doing?
Did you hear the way you just said that?
Kind of.
Yeah.
With hesitance?
Yes, that means you don't want to kick the field goal, and I don't think they do either. They need to go ahead and get these points now and get an advantage and not tie it up. It'll feel like a big disappointment if they just kick the field goal right here.
And that'll set them back 5. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
4-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all.
17.
So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Taken in the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Brissett. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Play action now. Brissett. Campbell making the catch. Past the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. on the ground, it's Mack. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brissett gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. To throw is Brissett. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
A 28-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Again, it's Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. And it's incomplete. Tommy Sweeney, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And the busy night for Henry continues. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Smith. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Carr going to go on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
38-yard line.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brissett looks to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 11-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And 8.
Brissett. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, the 40, the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So that changes things, no doubt. We thought we might be on the verge of our initial score of the game, but after that interception,
The long return.
yeah, then they had that long return, and now it's the other sideline who might be the first to put the points up. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. after the INT. It's Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was covered even without a ton of pressure in his face. It just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Brissett. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Henry, and he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
They'll run on 1st down. Henry, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Colts' 29-yard line.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Second and 11 now. What can Carr do now with his drive? Steps away to his left. Incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. And another timeout taken by the Colts. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it. And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense.
And usually we focus on the offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance out field goals from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Tennessee, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.